So we just had our conference call with Vanguard with my client Mary. All right. Talked to old John. We'll call him John from Vanguard from the Scottsdale office where I used to work out of. I mean, I'm not sure exactly if they've moved since then, but when I started Vanguard in 1998, it was at the Camelback office. Then they moved us up to Scottsdale. I think they have a second office now up there. But anyway, and it's kind of funny thinking that guy's up there, John. I was just kind of chuckling. Young guy. Good guy, very polite, very appreciative and helpful, but we couldn't get the job done. I said, John, here's the deal. Mary's husband died. Vanguard rolled Mary's husband's IRA to her IRA. She assumed the IRA, so it's now under Mary's name, as if it was hers. Unfortunately, Mary's under the age of 59 and a half, and as such, she has premature distribution penalties when she pulls money out, and she's going to need to pull money out to live on. And I said, we would like to have this potentially almost like a recharacterization of a Roth. We'd like to have this recharacterized to the inherited IRA for which it should have went into to begin with. And John said, all right, let me see if we can do it. Went, talked to his supervisor, took about 5 minutes on hold, came back and said, can't do it. Once she assumes the ownership of the IRA, he said, we can't just change, put it back into or put it into a different type of an account. And I was like, man. And Vanguard's defense, Mary did say do it. She was frustrated. She just learned that her husband died intestate without a will, wasn't even the beneficiary. She's not even on the deed of the house. The husband had taken a large home equity line, so she just gets all this coming at her, and she goes, talking to Vanguard, and and that's on the recorded line. So I guarantee Vanguard, in full defense, no, we said, she said this to do this without. We're not tax advisors. We can't tell her what to do. I said, yeah, but you can still say, look, you're under the age of 59 and a half. You might want to seek counsel before you do this. We can't tell you what to do, but you still can say what the rules are. So she called Vanguard a number of times and wishy-washy. Yeah, we can do this. No, we can't. Yeah, we can. So I got to get on there. Let's talk to these people. And all you people say, a good financial advisor would have a joint call. I was like, you guys, man, get out of here. You don't know what I do. You don't know what I do. Just because I don't share everything. You want to know I'm wearing pink underwear? Does that make you happy? You want to know everything I'm doing with the clients? You want to know that? Even Pablo doesn't know everything I do you, Pablo? All right, so we contact Vanguard, and essentially I told him the deal, and John gets on. He said, can't do it. Once he assumes it, it can't be sent to an inherited IRA. Just end of story. Now imagine what it is the recharacterization of a Roth is different because there's still the same ownership. It's still Josh Scanlon Roth IRA or Josh Scanlon traditional IRA. It's still me as the owner. I guess an inherited IRA, frankly, the inheritor is not the owner of it, just a beneficiary. So the owner is still basically if you want to look at it, it's not Mary. Mary is not the owner of it. Mary is the beneficiary of it. She's not the owner. So I guess they're saying once it changes ownership, we can't it's almost like a gift at that stage. We can't just put it from Mary into an inherited IRA. They didn't say this. My only thing is why they can't do it, which kind of makes sense. You can't just start changing account titles. Could we win? Probably if we saw legal advice and all. Yeah, but what's the stakes? But there's more to it than this. There's even bigger stakes here. We're up against the end of the calendar year. What does that mean? Well, Mary's husband died in July, which means this year Mary is still married filing jointly. Next year, she's going to be a single taxpayer. All right. So if we waited to win, it's not going to be in 2023. It'll be in 2024. Never mind all the aggravation, frustration. She wants to take money out of this IRA so she can pay off this home equity line that her husband, to her chagrin, took out. We don't know what happened to the money, and it's water under the bridge now. But she owes it because she was signed on the documents. They had a home equity line of credit that was not touched for many, many years, and then for some reason he took out a significant amount of money. And now it's paying 8%, and it's adjustable. So Mary wants to get the money to pay that sucker off. If she does it in 2023, she's married filing jointly, which again means what? 125 is the top of the 12% tax bracket. If she does it in 2024, she's a single taxpayer, which is what? 67.5 is the top of the 12% tax bracket, something like that. 62.5, I guess, 62.5. So we have a time constraint here to minimize taxes. If she does it in 2023, she'll have to pay a 10% penalty. If she does it in 2024, she might not have to pay a 20% penalty, assuming we win, but she'll still be married. She'll still be a single taxpayer. So we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. On top of that, she's paying 8% on this home equity line, so it still costs her money. On top of that, we got to look at Obamacare stuff. And again, the difference between, because she's on Obamacare, again, the tax credits. The difference between married filing jointly for Obamacare and single is the exact same thing as married filing jointly on your taxable income. It's the same thing here. So we got to take enough out to keep some Obamacare credits for this year and hope reduce some we take out next year when she's single. And that will reduce her taxable income, as well as allowing her to keep Obamacare credits for 2024 and to the most regard, most likely this year too, 2023. And she wants to pay off the home equity line of credit, recognizing full well there's going to be a 10% penalty. Oh, yeah, I got to say right there. Look at me, your old buddy Josh, 53-year-old body, but still getting zits. Well, it might be a spider bite. Doesn't feel like it's it. Might be a spider bite. But I got bit by a spider. I'm gonna become Spider-Man. My spidey senses. So we got home equity line of credit, 8%. We got, she's not on the deed of the home, wasn't the beneficiary. IRA, that's a significant amount of money that she wants to pay off the home equity line of credit, and it's about $100,000. It's going to cost her $10,000 premature distribution tax, or we could wait till next year and might not pay the premature distribution tax, assuming we could get Vanguard to fix this, but we don't know if that's going to happen. It probably won't, frankly. And on top of that, she'll be a single taxpayer. And on top of that, she'll be under Obamacare as a single person versus a married filing jointly. So it's, it's like, what battles do you got to fight? You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, she's still not on the deed of the house. So she's got all these battles to fight as it is right now. And there's no good answer. There's just none. The best answer, frankly, thankfully, is that she has enough, her husband left her enough money that she's going to be fine. And so we're going to just take, she just wants to pay off the home equity on credit. Do it now while the 10% penalty, yeah. Married filing jointly. Don't do it next year because you could still have the 10% penalty and you could be single taxpayer, assuming that we can't get our way. And even if you don't have the 10% penalty, you're still a single taxpayer, and you potentially could lose your Obamacare credits then as well. So, not a good place to be, man. I tell you, man. Just we're talking like, because this guy, her husband, what I call him, Marty McFly. He was a good guy, but he was going to call me in October. Oh, by the way, why did he take Social Security early? He made the horrible mistake. I was talking to Mary about this. I said, why did he do that? He goes, he started watching some guy who's advocating a minimalist life, who lives, I won't say, but he advocates everybody taking Social Security at 62. I'm not blaming that guy. I'm just like, oh, no, because you know who I'm talking about. I was like, dude. The first thing I would have said to Marty McFly, I would have said, go back to Social Security right now and redo your application for benefits. We don't want that money now because we don't need it. But he started with some guy who lives a minimalist life and advocates everybody take Social Security at 62. Thankfully, old Mary doesn't spend very much money. Let's talk to a real estate attorney on Monday to get her name on the deed, because for some reason her name's not on the deed. Just the whole thing is just a nightmare. But it's a nightmare that has a happy ending, because she'll ultimately be fine financially. That's the most important thing. But man, it's still frustrating. All right. Love your thoughts. Make sure your state documents are, by the way, if you missed last, I guess State Wednesday it is. We're going locals live tonight. If you want to join my locals, $5 a month, put in the doobly dook, and we can. But the last locals, I called Charlotte. I said, all right, who's my life insurance with? Because I literally just told her a week ago. And she goes, we're alive. MetLife? I said, no, Charlotte, not MetLife. USA? Y'all got to chuck on that. So I got to tattoo it on her head where my life insurance is. God bless.